I know. I know. Calm down. Hey, welcome to Shops Closed, the podcast where we talk about Warhammer 40k, amongst other things. You're probably going to notice that I'm kind of by myself today. That's alright. I had a few things that I actually wanted to talk about, and I'm actually kind of glad I got this moment to do it. Before we start, I'm going to go into talking about the podcast. We've been doing this thing for quite some time, about 3, possibly 4 years. I don't remember exactly. But we've been doing this, and it's mostly for fun. Like, if you're watching us right now, you probably know me in some weird way. It has been really fun. I got to meet a lot of people along the way. I got to, a ton of people. So many people that I've actually been trying to get more people onto the show. Hint, hint. Yeah. But what I wanted to talk about in the show, which happens to be the first solo show, actually. I think that the band has to play something for that one. First solo show ever? Good job. Good job. Yeah. Anyways, what I want to talk about is mid-season fatigue. Or mid-edition, I should say. There's no real season for Warhammer other than, hey, there's a Adepticon going on. But yeah. I just gotta check to make sure that we actually are live, because I would feel like a fool. We might be. I hope so. One sec. Fuck yeah, we're live. Yeah, we're live. Anyways, I'm not able to monetize it, apparently, because it's not showing me that I'm live on this thing. But I want to talk about mid-season fatigue, or mid-edition fatigue. I keep on using the season thing. A lot of people, I've been playing only since 7th edition, and I joined in the middle of 7th edition. Now, I, for one, hate those people that talk about past editions and how great they were. I think that 7th edition was a good edition. I think that 8th edition is a good edition. I think that the game is just fun in general. If you're not enjoying this game, why the fuck are you even listening to this podcast? Honestly. You have to have some kind of interest, I suppose, in this game, if not anything. But I notice a lot of people complain about the way the edition goes and how much it just... The editions change. That's the point of the game. It's supposed to make you think. The game is supposed to make you think, people. If you are not thinking while you're playing, you're not playing the game. You're just there for funsies. Oh, hey, I got a video, guys. I can see it now. The lag time's absolutely bonkers. Okay. Anyways, like I was saying, the things are going to change in every edition. There's always going to be something. They want you to think. If you're not thinking, like I previously said 2 seconds ago, you're not playing the game. You are simply showing up with something that you're like, this is either going to win or this is going to fucking lose. And, well, I hope that you don't go to tournaments hoping that your list lose. At the same time, there's always going to be a meta. There's always going to be something that we have to look out for. These people don't give a fuck who they're hurting at all. It is something hurting. It deep down hurts me. Gets me deep inside. I keep on derailing myself. It just doesn't... I don't understand. Why are we worried about someone who's going to bring this ultra mega list? The problem is that there's people who are always going to do that. If you really want to have fun, don't go to tournaments. Honestly, the tournaments are fucking awesome for having friends, having a few beers, maybe a good time, maybe a victory in some points. But most cases for me, not not a victory. I still have fun at tournaments, don't get me wrong, but it really is hard to have to swallow your pride and take something that you don't want to do and do it. So, like, if you want to have fun games, I think we talked about this in the last episode, actually, just fucking get together with some people that you like and go and fucking play the game. And like, I have so many examples of people that I enjoy playing the game with. Like, I've been like, I've been kind of having the mid-edition blues, if you will. And I know that, like, my Space Marines have never been great. But unless you're playing certain factions or playing to the meta, like, I've never done that. Like, I've played Custodians for a little bit, which is arguably meta. But like, honestly, like, with Space Marines, like, they have never been amazing. So, like, I've always played to tactics. But like, the people that I play with, they make it so, like, my fun tactical lists are actually playable and not just, hey, you're bringing this to lose. So I guess there is a way to lose when you're really thinking about it. Like, I got, like, the people who I like playing with, like the guests that I've had, the people that come on here, the people that sit at this table or at any other table that, like, when we used to go, like, mobile and just fucking go and do podcasts out of nowhere. Like, these are the people that I like to play with because they understand that it's not just about bringing the meta. It's not just about being the best at this game. Like, honestly, I don't know anyone. Like, I know people talk about, like, these people who are high ranks and, like, the dudes and dudettes. Oh, not sexual. Anyways, I have one, and I don't even think it's up here anymore. Yeah, I've won, like, a tournament that makes it so I'm like, oh, internationally, you're this good, you're the best player at this. I am not. It was one tournament, and, like, 3 other people were playing. You know, you have to find little ways to win at this game. It's not about coming in and thinking that you're gonna be the best. Like, our little group of people, like some people that you might recognize, Josh, Brian, Lucas. I don't think he's been on the show yet, but I'd like to have him on here one time. Like, we, as a group, we've all, like, there's tons more people I didn't mention, who, sorry if I didn't mention you. But, like, we've gone out and we've played games that we would be like, okay, well, let's go for Headhunter. Like, this sucker right here. Like, let's go for that. We're never gonna get first. We're never gonna bring that kind of a list. And it just makes more sense. It works. It fucking works. And it makes the game fun because it makes achievable objectives in your own tournaments that you're going for. I mean, for the Battle Brothers tournaments, there's a PMT, which is a Performing Mediocre trophy. Like, you are the most mediocre, you hit right in the middle. That's a hard fucking mark to hit. Doesn't matter how good you are or how bad you are. That is a hard mark to hit. And those are the little objectives that you can get in the game that just make it fun. Like, why would you not want to have fun? And I guess if you don't like how the rules go, it just doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. You're always going to be pushing uphill. You have to be. If it wasn't, it wouldn't be a challenge. And if it wasn't a challenge, why the fuck would you play the game? I even know someone who plays down to try to make it more of a challenge. I know multiple people who do that. Where they play down. I've seen people play, like, less points than, like, 2 other people and try to just beat them. And that's a great testament to someone's ability to beat someone. Even though, arguably, they were playing guard. So, like, they had a very big advantage on, like, point expenditures for trying to build their army, which is pretty cool. But nonetheless, I plan on sticking out with this for a while. Like, I plan on keep on playing the sheer tactics nerd inside of me. The guy who wants to try to take objectives, wants to kill a fucking squad of guys and have, like, one of your guys survive and be like, that motherfucker is a god. That's the kind of stuff that's fun for me to play. like I said, I've been feeling the mid edition blues, and there's a lot of armies that I don't enjoy playing. That being said, I don't think down on people who play those armies, because that's half the challenge. Is like, I remember the time. Do you remember the time that you beat an Eldar army with like some shitty little army? You remember that time when you outrolled that guy who had a -2 to something? That is a huge accomplishment to your army. That's what you should be trying to play for. That's what I play for. So, I guess, that is that. But, let's talk a little bit. I'm going to give a few shout-outs, give my brain a rest here for a second. So, thanks, guys. So shout-outs, we got Warp Charge Gaming. Always something fucking awesome going on with them. I think they're doing team, or the kill teams, new commanders and stuff like that. They talk a lot about that. I think they went live a few times. Check them out, because if they're great guys. They supported us since they've been around. We've been supporting them since they've been around, and it's a very good partnership. The other shout out is Focus. Focus Co-working is the place where we have our studio. We do this for a very, very good cost, and it is a awesome workplace. A place where you can come in and you can just rest your weary bones, sit down, have yourself a good old type up your, you got a report coming up that you have to get done. You don't have any, the house is so hectic, there's so much going on. Well, instead of going to a cafe or to like a library, pay a small fee. Come in down here. You can sit in. They got free Wi-Fi. They got free coffee. It's open 24/7. You don't need to make a reservation to come in and actually just do your work. But they do, if you want to have reservations and you want to try to get something going. They do have like 2 conference rooms where you can have like little meetings with your friends. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing next in the Great War. Thank you. So we will meet in the war room, which is meeting room number 2. I guess that, well, it would go without saying that that's all the shoutouts I got. Getting really repeaty with these. Let's get back to my rant a little bit, because that's what this is pretty much turning into. So let's just go full bore with this. I really hope. All right, so let's go full bore with this, I guess. What kind of things do I look in for? I don't even think I got any people talking to me. Oh yeah, 5 comments. Look at you guys. No, if only my pad would work. I don't understand what's going on. Okay. Technology, right? Huh? Yeah. Oh, hey Ryan, got a topic for me. You guys are just on top of this. I'm just playing around by myself pretty much here. I wanted to talk a little bit, get something off my chest. But Ryan gave me a pretty cool topic. What do you do, or how do you deal with a partner or teammate that is not a fun person to play with? First of all, unless it was a random choice for that, why the fuck are you partners with him? Why are you doing that? Like, if you don't have fun with someone, don't play the game with them. Like, unless it was like dire circumstances where I made this dedication to do this 5 years ago. Thank you. They made me sign up for this team, and then I found out 3 years later he was a racist, bigot, son of a bitch. Still played with them. I don't know. How I would personally deal with like someone who I didn't enjoy playing with is I would find fun ways to fuck with them. Fun ways to fuck with them, which is always trying to, like my favorite, like before you set up, wherever their units are, wherever they put their stuff on the table, always ask them to move their units. It's the funnest way to fuck with someone, because they think you're being a dick, but really, yeah, you're being a dick. So like what you do is you decide not to place them there and place them somewhere else and try to find it wherever he puts like his extra units. That's a fun one. How else to deal with someone like this? You could always get them really drunk, have them pass out. You'll never have to worry about them again. I like how Lucas's response was, just don't play with them. So, really, if we are getting back on the topic of mid-edition, like blues, I'm gonna change it. Mid-edition blues. Really, there's always gonna be neat changes in the near future. There are already rumors and discussions of 9th edition, which is going to be something that we are all probably going to still play one way or another. I think Warhammer is kind of like an abusive husband that you just can't leave. You really want to keep on working with it, and you think it's going to get better. You figure if you pour more money into it, it's going to be great. They'll get along. There are high moments. There's great moments where you get that one day that you roll off. So there's highs, but there are lows where you spend like so much money on a Forge World model, and then they make the point change to make it so it's nearly impossible to bring it. So, all in all, like, I think that mid-edition blues, they're gonna make stuff be different, because that's kind of the point of the game. And with the new Living Edition idea, where we are living with constantly changing rules of FAQs releases, which after our Monday FAQs Day thing that we did, I find it very disturbing for the most part. Yeah, very disturbing. The only reason why I find it very disturbing is because there's so many people out there that want to get the best of you. Meaning they will pull any kind of shit just to get their army to be more powerful. And it's finding those loopholes that make these faxes seem like they're so much more of a big thing than they were before. So, honestly, almost indifferent about FAQs. The Living Edition. It has its merits on so many levels, but it also has its disadvantages at so many levels where, like, you have to actually read everyone's FAQs. Like, you can't just assume that your opponent's going to be 100% honest with you. Because that's the biggest thing about this game, is that there's so many people who don't understand their own rules, let alone someone else's rules, to try to make it so it's more of a level playing field. I feel like honestly, there's a lot of shiesty people out there in this game. And sometimes you become one of them because you don't understand your own rules. It happens from all the time. So it makes a lot more sense to really understand these rules. You have to read them. The faxes are just too much at points where you would have to take weeks at a time just to make sure you can read. I know there's people who are like, I read those in like 2 minutes after they're launched because I've already had all the leaks or I understood all of them really quickly. But there are times when we misinterpret even the faxes. But I say that, and they have stuff that explains what dash does for damage kind of thing. Just sometimes I worry about our little group of people that play this game, because we do have so many people who just don't give a fuck about the opponent. They want to win. Understandable. You spend so much money, just like that abusive relationship we were just talking about. You spend a lot of money on this, and you want to validate that purchase to win these games. And it all makes sense, but at the same time, like, is it really worth it? Are you really winning if you're cheating? Like, if, for example, myself, when I say that sometimes you become the cheater. Myself at Battle Brothers, the previous one, I brought a Deathwatch army, and I completely played the heavy weapons wrong, but that's because I misread it. So, like I said, a lot of these people aren't intentionally being fucking dicks, but there is such a high chance of it because of these faxes. They can just, all of a sudden, they stop what you're doing because they're like, nope, fax said this. And you're like, oh, so like every move before this was fucked because you read my fax somehow and understood something differently than I did. Excellent. Those are the points in the game where you're just like, God damn it. Can they just make it cut and dry? Just say, this is how it is. Blah, blah, blah. Stop giving so much goddamn variety to the game. You're messing up with the formula. Yeah. Thanks, Lucas, for putting in some comments on our thing. He said you either die a Warhammer hero or live long enough to become the villain. And that's kind of true. Because there's people who have played this game for so long that I know that people who thought that something from 5th edition was still something that was in 8th edition, and you'd be like, no, I've never heard of that. And they're like, really? No. Well, can you show me what it is? And they'll be like, yeah, oh shit, it's not in here. Well, you can do this. Like, if it's not at a tournament, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to have fun, dude, play at a local shop. Local shops are the shit. I miss going to my local shop because I've just been so fucking busy lately. I guess I should have probably thrown them into the mix of the shoutouts. Planet Chaos and Fort Atkinson. Boom! Just threw it in there. Just got you a free one. Oh, wait. Shit. The band. These guys are always sleeping. I'm so tired of this. I don't understand. I pay them very little, if not nothing. And I deserve a little bit of goddamn respect here, guys. You understand? Yep. Get a little commercial for you. Oh. So, all in all, playing at your local shops and having fun with people that you like is the point of this game. Also, playing like tactically superior without having an overpowered army is something that everyone should be trying to get to. Like, of course you could be the best with the best stuff that's out there. Of course, if you pay hundreds of dollars for these single models to come out there and fucking kill something, you're going to win. Not always, but most of the time, if you bring all these meta things, you're going to win the match. Try building a list that is tactically different. Something that's different. Try something different. Do this. I dare every one of my listeners who play this game to do something different. Do something different. Now, I'm not saying pick a different army. I'm not saying change everything that you do about yourself. But find some new unit that you don't use. Fuck, use a servitor unit for once. Just once. Just bring it with you. Play it. Try it. Try something new. You might find something that works so well. And even though everyone will say, you're stupid for bringing that, you might find something that you like personally. I know Devastators, Devastators, Centurion Devastators were like my favorite fucking unit ever, especially in 7th edition. Because 7th edition, they were so good. But everyone mocked me for having so many of them. All of my friends said, what the hell? Stop buying them. And I kept buying them. Do something different. I think that since I've changed from my Centurion Devastator units, I've enjoyed the game 10 times more. And it's not because those units just, they kill things, die. That is the point of a Centurion Devastators. Kill, die. Or kill, die. One of the two. It's gonna happen. It's about taking these other units that I didn't think that I thought that were so insignificant. Especially with like Deathwatch, like regular Space Marines, which are pretty much shunned upon most of the Space Marine players now. They want to use all these Primaris Marines, and understandably so, they are much superior than a regular Space Marine. And plus you can take them as a troop. Yeah, that's awesome. But like with Deathwatch, it gets all that grittiness of the regular Space Marine, like a regular old Space Marine now, to me, feels like I'm almost using a guardsman. So I would always love to bring Space Marine and Guard. I think Deathwatch and a little tiny Guard army would be fucking amazing to play. But that's just one. But I challenge you to try to come up with something that changes the way that you play the game. Change something up. Don't play just because you want to make the best list. Play because you want to try something different. It's going to make your game so much better. Like, even if you lose horribly, try it one more time. Lose horribly again. That's fine. You fucking tweak with your list and play with it. And do you remember making a list that you actually were just like, man, this is going to be just fun to fuck around with? Because I bet you most people, when they get done with their list, they're thinking, this list is going to kill everything. Or, this list is going to die. One of the two. Because if you got a mob army, it's the same thing. Like, they kill and they die. But honestly, I just don't think that enough people play this game for the right reasons. It's not about winning. It's about achieving objectives. And even if the objectives are personal objectives and not the little fucking chips on the board, it's still a victory. And that's why I play. Is because I find little objectives for myself to do. I'm going to kill that warlord. I'm going to get first blood. I'm going to get line breaker. Even if like those things aren't counted as points in the game, I still feel better knowing that I achieved those objectives. Well, I suppose. How long have we been going here? Probably like a good 20 minutes. 30 minutes maybe. I suppose that I'm actually going to end this then. It's going to probably be a little bit shorter of a podcast just because it's myself. But thanks so much for tuning in, and thanks for listening. If I upset you, please leave comments in the Shop's Closed Facebook page, because that is where we can duke it out, I suppose, or my mediator, whatever, will duke it out with you. He's pretty vicious, though, just so you know. He has gotten a few death threats about his pandas. I don't know. But on that note, check us out on Facebook. Follow us. We're on most Mondays. Please listen and follow us. Tell your friends about us. We are trying to have fun with this, and we want more people to try to get involved. So if you ever want to try to be on the show, man or lady, can't be sexist, I suppose, because that's just awful. Right? So if you want to be on our show, or if you want to try to just tag along, you can always you can join us on our live feed. Our live feed lets you comment to us, tell us what you want to talk about. Normally when we have more people, it's like a round table of people talking about what they want to talk about or what they think about the ideas or subjects. But like, since it's just me, I just got to talk to you guys, and you guys got to listen to me. So thanks so much for listening about that. But on that note, I think that's going to be about it. Thanks for listening to Shops Closed, and take it easy.